We now move on to our next speaker, Dr. David Syiemlieh, a distinguished historian, academician, and former civil service administrator. He served as chairman of the Union Public Service Commission from January 2017 to January 2018. Dr. David also served as Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh from 2011 to 2017. Dr. Syiemlieh has authored several important books, including On the Edge of Empire, 4 British Plans for Northeast India, 1941 to 1947, Layers of History, Essays on the Khasi Jainityas, and British Administration in Meghalaya's Policy and Pattern. His research focuses on tribal history, indigenous knowledge systems, and the documentation of Northeast India's cultural heritage. This year, 2025, Dr. David was awarded the Padma Shri Award for his contributions to literature and education. The Padma Shri Award is the highest civilian honor in India, recognizing exceptional service to the nation. It is a great honor for our community that Dr. David has received this prestigious recognition. We have a special video by Dr. David about the literary history of Northeast India. We will first play the video and then invite Dr. David to provide a greeting.
My family joins me in conveying greetings to all on Indian Christian Day. Christian missionary activity commenced in India after the Charter Act of 1813 permitted missionaries to propagate their faith in British India. The English Baptists at Serampore took advantage of this decision when it established a mission at Guwahati in 1829. In 1832, the same mission sent Alexander Lish to Sora. 4 years later, the American Baptist missionaries arrived in Upper Assam. Their mission was in time to grow across the Brahmaputra Valley, the Garo Hills, the Naga Hills, the Naga-inhabited hills of Manipur. Next to come were the Welsh Presbyterian mission with the arrival of Thomas Jones in Sora in 1841, on whom I've done several research projects. In time, this mission expanded in its activities from the Khasi and Jayanti hills into Kachar in present-day South Assam, and after 1890 into the then Lushai Hills, present-day Mizoram. The Catholics were latecomers in setting up organized missions, though they had a presence in parts of the region very much earlier. Several other missions, including the Anglican, the Lutheran, the Seventh-day Adventist, and the Salvation Army, made their presence in the Northeast at different times and locations. Within a century of organized missionary activity, Christianity had made its impact on the lives of a large population in the region, particularly in the hills, other than in what is today Arunachal Pradesh. Mission activity picked up momentum towards the turn of the 19th and early part of the 20th centuries. Christian missions left an indelible mark in championing the cause of providing written scripts for the tribal communities and taking up the cause and use of Assamese script, which is the focus of this presentation. Arriving in their mission fields at a time when the East India Company was only just beginning to have political control of the Assam Valley and later its hill periphery, the Christian mission stepped in to assist the government authorities to provide what has been termed as civilizing effects. Before schools could be established, it was thought proper to give the tribes written scripts, for none of the tribes had any written form of their languages. William Carey of the Serampore mission is credited with first translating the New Testament into the Khasi language using the Bengali script. Alexander Lish, who came after him in the same mission, while he was posted at Sora, translated portions of the Bible and is reported to have prepared a Khasi grammar. Thomas Jones of the Welsh Presbyterian mission, in spite of much adverse criticism, adopted Roman characters for the school primer and other translations. In recognition of Jones's significant contribution, the words "Father of Khasi alphabets and literature" are inscribed on his gravestone at Calcutta. The success of his decision to use the Roman script was in time to become the vehicle by which other mission societies reduced in writing the languages of the numerous other tribes of the Northeast. In this sense, therefore, Jones's work is very significant. The American Baptist missionaries initially preferred the Bengali character as better suited for the Garo language. The arrival of Reverends Philip and Mason in Tura in December 1874 was significant. These missionaries brought with them a Remington typewriter, perhaps one of the earliest models. With this machine, they began to prepare the use of the Roman script for the Garo language. They first prepared and printed a few primers and found visible signs of interest in reading among the Garos. Experimenting further, they realized that 21 Roman letters were sufficient to represent every needed sound of the Garo language. 2,000 copies of a primer were printed as a feeler to substitute the Bengali script for Roman characters. The American Baptist Mission Conference in 1893, meeting at Tura, resolved that the Roman script was better suited for the hill tribes of Assam, who did not have their own written language. However, it was not till some 10 years later that the decision was taken to make this change effective towards the Garo literature. The several Naga tribes did not undergo this problem. For one thing, they had relatively less interaction with the people of the plains to use the Assamese character for reducing their language into written form. American Baptist missionaries, therefore, applied the Roman character in their work in providing the larger of the Naga tribes, the Angamis, the Lothas, the Aus, and the Semas, with their own alphabet and literature. The Lucia Hills was annexed in the early 1890s, following which the Welsh mission was allowed by the Assam government to set up mission stations in Aizal, present-day Aizol. Their success in using the Roman script for the Khasi language encouraged the missionaries to also give the Mizos and their kindred tribes the Roman script. Here too, the experience was to benefit the Mizos. The Christian missionaries also reduced into written form many other tribal languages of the Naga tribes of Manipur, the Mikirs, while their efforts to give the borders of Assam and the larger tribes of Manipur the Roman script is ongoing. The literary works of the Christian missions would continue at a quicker pace after 1947 and remains an integral part of their mission to this day. American Baptist missionaries reduced to writing 19 tribal languages. More recent figures put at 32 the number of languages that the Baptist Church has produced literature. Other missions too did commendable work in this endeavor. If these figures are added, the literary translation and other publications related activity of the many Christian missions, the number would rise to impressive figures. Language and scripts are core features of any society. The tribes of Northeast India are greatly indebted to the missionaries for providing the tribes written scripts. For the much more significant impact of this has been that it has added character to each tribe. It therefore contributed very significantly and in no small measure to the shaping of tribal and Assamese identities. Kublai.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. David to give his comments.
Is good and all the time. And I must thank Brother John Matthew for giving me this opportunity to speak to an audience on the observance of Indian Christian Day and to have made a presentation on the impact missionaries and others have made on the literary development of Northeast India. I treasure the moment that I've been able to experience today, and I wish the movement, Indian Christian Day movement, every success today and in the days to come. Kublai.
Thank you, Dr. David, our Padma Shri recipient. We're very proud of you, and we thank you for this enlightening talk about what Northeast has experienced through Christian literacy and how the various tribes and various people have benefited from Christian missionaries and movements. Thank you very much.
Indian Christian Day. Yeshu Bhakti Divas. Love, serve and celebrate.